Damian strolls across a vacant parking lot towards Breither Weg, shoving his hands into his pockets as a cold breeze weaves through the surrounding buildings. He looks over his shoulder, catching Sam apprehensively glancing over his own. Darkness stretches across the landscape behind them, pierced only by the faint glow of a single streetlight positioned directly above a heavily tagged bus stop. Sam picks up the pace, catching up to Damian as he rounds the corner of a small outdoor cafe and sets off down the street toward the hideout. He relaxes his posture to blend in with the passers-by, letting the bottles of Montrachet casually smack against his thighs as he walks.
We actually found good evidence today. Derek will be able to get us more info.
By the way, how about that meeting with the boss?
Oh, yeah. Once we arrive at Derek's place, we're heading out to meet the big guy.
I'm not even dressed well enough to meet a baron.
Like he cares.
They weave their way through a cluster of inebriated fraternity brothers taking up the entire sidewalk. One, an especially tall and trim guy with indiscernible tattoos covering his arms, raises a large bottle wrapped in a brown paper sack and cheers loudly. Sam raises a bottle and hollers loudly in return, sharing a laugh with the stranger before pushing through to the other side of the crowd.
Also, don't use vampire jargon too loudly. It's weird.
Says the guy carrying 2 bottles of something that looks suspiciously like blood.
Sam throws his arms open wide and playfully puffs out his chest.
We're going to party. Alcohol's expected there.
Right.
Sam's grin suddenly morphs into a frightened grimace, his gaze fixed on the rooftop of the pharmacy to their left. He sets off with a purpose, leaving Damian scrambling to catch up to him.
Sam, are you good?
Shut it. We're being followed. Stay behind me.
Damian quickens his pace to match Sam's, not daring to chance even a small glance toward the rooftop. Without warning, Sam changes trajectory, making a beeline through a dark alleyway lined with dumpsters and the sick of the college kids and tourists drunkenly stumbling about in the night. Sam breaks into a sprint and quickly rounds another corner. Damian lunges after him, skidding to a stop behind his friend as he pries the cover off of a manhole.
Come on, get in.
Damian leaps into the sewer, landing unceremoniously in a veritable swamp of urine and feces, turning his face to let his hair catch the splash of pungent liquid. He opens his eyes just in time to see the bottles of Montrachet raining down from above. He catches both at the last possible moment, cursing Sam under his breath for nearly busting his scalp open with the glass. Sam moves to jump in after him, but slips on the metal rim of the entrance and tumbles through the hole. Damian leaps out of the way as Sam splashes down right where he was standing, drenching the both of them from head to toe. Sam stumbles to his feet, coughing and sputtering, fighting to keep his lunch in his stomach. Damian slowly wipes the clumps of sticky residue from his eyelids and cheeks with his fingertips. The two exchange an exceptionally disgusted glance before setting off down the nearest tunnel, shuddering as the shin-deep liquid soaks into their pores. Sam pulls a vial of one of his alchemical potions from his waistband. He gingerly unscrews the lid and steels himself.
I don't think they'll follow us down here. Nevertheless, be ready for combat.
He holds his breath and downs the concoction as Damian watches in utter revulsion. Sam hunches over as he swallows the last drop. He coughs mightily and rises, his irises glowing bright red. Damian shakes his head and draws his pistol, relieved by the lack of indistinct sludge on the grip. The two set off down the tunnel, Sam leading the way. He peers around a corner and scans the area behind Damian.
I think we're safe.
Or are you?
Damian and Sam freeze in their tracks, staring around wildly. The grating reptilian voice echoes off every wall, seemingly without origin. Damian tightens his grip on his pistol, his pulse pounding in his ears.
Show yourself, you sewer rat!
How rude. Come on. We just want to talk.
Sam slowly reaches for his waistband.
Who are you working for?
Someone very important. But that is of no concern to you. Let's talk business. That phone of yours contains pictures that my employer finds to be inconvenient. We'll have to confiscate it.
Sam unscrews the lid of another vial with his thumb and forefinger.
You know what? No. And tell your prince he can suck my dick!
Sam downs the potion in one massive gulp. He takes as deep of a breath as he can muster and blasts the air back through his lips, blanketing the entire tunnel in a cloud of dense fog. He grabs Damian's wrist and speeds off down an adjoining tunnel, their pursuer coughing and cursing loudly as the fog infiltrates their lungs. Sam rounds a sharp corner and sprints towards a ladder leading to another manhole cover. He shoves Damian toward the ladder and downs a third potion, blanketing the tunnel in another cloud of fog. Damian clambers up the rungs and shoves the manhole cover aside with ease. He climbs out of the sewer and collapses beside the entrance as Sam follows closely behind him and replaces the cover before taking off once again. Damian leaps to his feet and follows after him. Damian and Sam burst through the door to the hideout, their sweat intermingling with the sludge. Sam tosses the wine bottles on the floor and rips the trench coat and shirt from his body. He retrieves the bottles and races shirtless toward Derek's room, pulling his sopping cell phone from his pocket with his free hand. Derek whirls around, his eyes wide as saucers.
Derek, we got evidence for you. Analyze it.
Derek slowly pulls his AirPods from his ears, analyzing Sam's state of undress, his nose curling. He jumps as Damian bolts into the room behind Sam, his shirt hanging from his wrist.
Fuck! Ugh, what the hell was that?
Oh, you know, just the Camarilla trying to hide their dirty little schemes.
Sam tosses the cell phone onto Derek's desk, spraying the latter's to-go container with brown juice.
Now we can really grab them by the balls.
How will this help us, though?
The Anarchs have been looking for a reason to attack the remaining Kami scum for years. We can finally drive them out of the city.
Damian playfully smacks Sam on the back of his head as Derek stares fearfully at the juice oozing across his desk.
I think the adrenaline got to you, buddy. This proves nothing. Also, you're still holding those wine bottles.
You're right. And yeah, man, this stuff's expensive. I can't just leave it behind.
Cool. I'll bring the wine to the fridge.
So, Derek, I'll let you get to your work. Damian, we got a meeting to attend.
Yeah, sure. Let's go.
Sam claps Damian on the back and leads him from the room. Derek stares after them in utter bewilderment as the sewer juice drips onto the carpet beside his feet.